What's good, Joe? Welcome to my review for The Suicide Squad. I just got back from seeing it, and man, this movie was fucking amazing, man. Absolutely one of my favorite DCEU films. This was amazing. And man, what a great day it is to be James Gunn. You have this man being canceled by SJW Twitter for 10 years. My man decides he is then let go from Marvel, kicked off Guardians 3, and he says, you know what, fuck you, I'ma go to DC. He defects to DC and gets the Suicide Squad. And then, later on, Disney comes crawling right back to him, begging him to come back for Guardians 3. He does, and they still let him with the Suicide Squad. This man is laughing all the way to the bank. You get to give them a fuck you, and you get to do Guardians 3, man. What a day it is to be James Gunn. Like I said before, this man is laughing all the way to the fucking bank, cashing in his check. You love to see it. But yeah, man. Also, guys, one other thing I want to talk about real quick before we jump right into this review is actually tomorrow, at least when I record this video, which I think I'll still have this video come out on Friday. I'm actually going to be starting moving to Humboldt tomorrow for university and stuff. So and I mentioned this in my comment graph, but I think I'm also just mentioned here. So the upload skits can get a little out of whack, including we're here walking tomorrow. You guys will most likely not be getting a review for it till Monday, because I'm actually having to share a room with my parents during the 2-night hotel stays we're doing. So because I won't have any privacy to record the videos, I'm gonna have to wait till I get to my dorm on Monday. So sorry about that, guys, but hey, shit happens. I'll try to at least get my reaction to the episode up before then, but hopefully I can. But I just want to give you guys a heads up in case you were wondering, just in case you want to know if the upload's going to be how the Hero Walker video doesn't come up for like another 2 days or whatever. But yeah, just want to give you guys a heads up. Anyway, guys, let's just jump right into this. So the movie is, of course, directed and written by the legendary James Gunn. And of course, stars Margot Robbie, Pete Davidson, Sylvester Stallone, Idris Elba, Diana Melchior, my choir thinks that's her name, and John C. Like I said, guys, that joke will never get old to me. And the plot of the film is that Amanda Waller sends in a new team with the Suicide Squad to take care of a mission in the island of Corto Maltese. That's how you say it. But yeah, man, this movie's awesome. So first off, we gotta talk about the cast. The cast is once again great. Margot Robbie, once again, is fantastic as Harley Quinn. Although, now apparently I might have misheard it, but I think this is actually going to be like her final DC movie as Harley Quinn. I don't know if they mean by that more like still like the last movie she had her contract, or legit this is it for Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. I hope it's not, because she's fucking amazing, and once again she's fantastic here. She was great in Suicide Squad, she was great in Barnes and Prey, man, and here she's even more amazing in Suicide Squad. She is so much fun in Suicide Squad, man. She probably some of my favorite scenes, but definitely when Harley Quinn was involved. She's absolutely amazing, man. She was just entertaining and a joy to watch on screen, man. She was awesome, man. She was awesome. And especially when we get those action sequences with her later on in the film, it gets fucking insane, man. It's so awesome, man. But also, shout out to Margot Robbie, because, and I guess this is a little bit of a minor spoiler, I guess, but in the film there's a scene where she gets captured, and where eventually she takes out one of the guards and gets the key off of him, but with her foot to unlock her chains. And actually, I actually saw this before I watched the movie. I saw a tweet of it from DC United, or whatever that Twitter account is called, where I think it was James Gunn mentioned that when she grabbed the key with her foot and locked it or unlocked it, she did that legit. She did that all herself. There were no trickery, no multiple camera angles, nothing. She legit grabbed it with just her foot and did it in, and just put it in. Shout out to that woman. She got some amazing toe strength. So shout out to her for that. Because then when I saw the movie, I'm like, yo, that is actually really impressive to know that Margot Robbie did that all herself. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, man. Idris Elba as Bloodsport. Fucking amazing, man. He might have been he was close. He was either tied as my favorite thing about the film or second. But man, Idris Elba, who might as well be the main character of this film, is fucking amazing. Idris Elba is so good as Bloodsport, especially when we get to the 20 seconds with him and Peacemaker. Now, I know some of y'all are gonna call me biased because of my wrestling, but John Cena's Peacemaker is probably the highlight of the film for me. I fucking loved Peacemaker. John Cena did an amazing job portraying him, and it's so, especially when him and like Bloodsport going at it. It is fucking brilliant, man. Like I know I might be a little biased on that, but yo, John Cena was probably the highlight of the film for me, man. He was the MVP. I fucking love John Cena in there. Every time my man was on screen, I was grinning from ear to ear, man. And he was so fun, so funny, so much fun, so funny, man. Great shit. But honestly, the rest of the cast was also really good as well. Sylvester Stallone as King Shark was great, which actually, this would have been my first introduction into him had I actually not saw the Harley Quinn DC Universe TV series like last week, because in case you guys do not know, I probably mentioned this in another video, but actually, the last week on Toonami, they actually aired the entire first season of Harley Quinn, which I believe also had King Shark in it. And so that kind of served my introduction to him. And yo, honestly, I didn't really know what to expect with that Harley Quinn DC Universe series, but yo, it is actually really fucking good. I actually really enjoyed it. If you guys have not seen Harley Quinn, you got HBO Max, give it a watch. It's actually really fucking funny. I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. So yeah, so that was pretty cool. But another one of the highlights, I think, was definitely Diana as Ratcatcher. Ratcatcher in general was probably one of my more surprising in this film, because I didn't really know what to expect, but she kind of serves like the heart and soul of the film, and she's amazing. She was great on screen. Diana did a amazing job of her, and I love the scene, especially when she's like interacting with Bloodsport. Although I can definitely tell that she is probably going to be like the one character that the fan artists are going to gravitate most towards, because she definitely, especially the Tumblr audience, because she is basically like every millennial ever. She had some really funny scenes later on where like around the start where she's like asking Amanda Walker, what's that thing, and she's like giving like the mission brief, and she's like, that's a projector. Do you use it? No. Then why is it there? You know, she's like, what the hell is it? So yeah, that. So he was great. So she was great as well. But also, yo, one of probably the most funniest parts was definitely the polka dot man. Yo, like, even though this man must be one of the most D-list fucking DC characters ever, yo, this man is amazing. David Dutchman, how do you pronounce that dude's last name? You might remember funny story, kind of funny, he was also in the Dark Knight. But yo, this man is hilarious. Him and Ratcatcher, they were probably like they were probably the biggest surprises for me, because I didn't know anything about either one of those characters. But yo, both of them were like just absolutely stole the show at points, man. Especially Polka Dot Man. This man is fucking funny. He was so entertaining to watch, man. He was so entertaining to watch, and get like his backstory and shit. Great shit, man. Great shit. But another thing I gotta give major props for is James Gunn directing. Like, yo, once again, this definitely screams James Gunn, and it's brimming with so much style and just and he uses that R rating to its maximum. Their characters are constantly swearing. There's F-bombs galore, which were a nice change of pace, because you never really hear superheroes swear all that much. Like, yeah, but the first time where I really, we're watching an R-rated superhero movie was when Idris Elba was meeting with his daughter, and they're both just saying "fuck you" to each other. I'm like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. And then of course we got all the blood and gore in there, which was amazing. Shout out to the effects guys. The VFX one, like, I'm pretty sure they used probably a mixture of like real blood with like CGI blood. Either way, man, it looked fantastic. The action scenes were, of course, amazingly choreographed, amazingly directed. The cinematography, my god, yo. Once again, DC cinematography game has been on point recently. Joker, the Snyder Cut, Birds of Prey. Say what you will about Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman 1984. You cannot tell me that both those films were not beautifully shot. And now this one, man. Like, yo, the cinematography was absolutely amazing. And yeah, man, it was just absolutely amazing. I was like, man, this is such a damn good looking film, man. So yeah, you have that. The soundtrack I thought was all really good. The action scenes were amazing. The comedy was, of course, top tier. Like when we got Weasel at the start of the film, man, that shit was fun. That shit fucking killed me with Weasel. I'm thinking about one of the scenes right now, man. What that, man? James Gunn, man, he is a comedy god, man. That shit with the Weasel was so funny. Oh my god, man. And oh yeah, there's another scene with Idris Elba that we find about Bloodsport. It's fucking hilarious. The comedy in this film, man, is amazing. Like, between this and the Guardians film, I would say this is my favorite out of those three, but yo, man, the comedy's on point, man. You will be dying laughing throughout the film. But yeah. The CGI, like I said, it was all really good. The action sequences were amazing. The action sequences and all that shit was fantastic, man. The overall story I thought was really, really good, especially when we start to get more in depth on certain characters and where the movie goes later on. I was really invested. It was like a lot. It was really great. Especially with like some of the characters, especially with like Harley Quinn, and then when we find out later on in the film, around the end of it, when shit really starts to go down, great shit, man. And yeah. Now, as far as like negatives, I would say I have with the film, really the only thing I consider maybe somewhat a flaw, and it's really minor, and that is Harley Quinn is actually not in the movie as much as you might think. I thought she was probably gonna be like a decent chunk of the film. She was gonna be in there just from the trailers and everything. Of course, because it's Harley Quinn, she was in the first one and all that shit. But she's actually not in the film that much, and I kind of low-key wish she was in there a bit more because when she is, but like I said, like when she is on screen, there's some of the best parts of the film. But yeah, I would have liked to see Harley Quinn just a bit much more because she's really not in there as much as I thought it was going off of the trailers and such. But she's amazing, man. But yeah, if I had to pick one thing I had maybe a problem with, I wish Harley Quinn probably had a bit more involvement in the film. And even another thing I also love, the fucking poster. Like, yo, when can I say that about a movie poster? Like, movie posters nowadays are kind of generic, but yo, here comes the Suicide Squad with a banger of a poster, man. Like, man, James Gunn, man, he spared no expense. I don't know if he was part of the poster process, but yo, it looked amazing regardless, man. And yeah, man, I highly recommend you guys check this movie out if you guys have not already, where you go catch it in theaters or watch on HBO Max, because apparently this movie also isn't doing so hot in the box office, which kind of sucks, because I want DC to keep doing this, where they keep just basically like just let directors do whatever the fuck they please with their characters, because that's kind of what we saw with Birds of Prey, we saw that with the Joker, and now with this one. That's like really like the only way they've really kind of combated against Marvel, is just like, do whatever the fuck you please, just go crazy, and that's what we got. And because of that, this movie was just so much fun, man. I'm actually one of the people that did enjoy the original Suicide Squad film from 2016, but obviously this one was way better. So much style, and it just everything about James Gunn, man, was in here, man, and he did an amazing job, man. Looking forward to Guardian 3 when that comes out, because I did enjoy the other two, and yeah, man. So yeah, check this movie out if you guys haven't. Please support if you want more creative comic book movies like this. Please go support this film if you guys can. Watch it on HBO Max or catch it in the theater if you can. Either way, guys, please check this film out. It is fucking amazing, and without doubt, one of my all-time favorite DCEU films, man. So overall, I'm gonna give this movie a 10 out of fucking 10, guys. And yeah, man, don't really know what you want to say out of that. Leave your thoughts below in the comments. What you thought of the film? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you excited for Guardians 3 with more because after watching this? Or are you just excited? Do you want James Gunn to do maybe another DC property? If that's even possible. I'm sure he probably, whatever country decided to do Guardian 3 again, they probably said no DC in the fine print or something like that, man. But yeah, man. So yeah, do you want any like spin-off series on a certain characters? Because I know we're getting one on Peacemaker, but yo, I would like one on Bloodsport. Give us like a spin-off series of either Bloodsport or hell, Polka Dot Man. Just for the lulz. Why not? You know? Great shit, man, and I loved it, man. Like I said, not much more to say than that, guys. And like I said, leave your thoughts below in the comments. And yeah, man. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like, if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter for like expression level. And as always, come back from the see you guys. Oh, one last thing. There is a post-credit scene, guys. Were wondering. There is a post-credit scene.